Hello. Once again, I come before you as a representative of the Illuminati. You may call me the Man. Well, it's been quite a week, and I'm sure most of you know what I'm talking about. I tell you, we've had our hands full trying to keep this regional atrocity from escalating into a global war. And you ever have those weeks where you go to work and you're like, oh, why did I even show up? Why did I get out of bed? Well, it's been that kind of week for us. The United States has decided it's going to get involved in Syria because I guess it thinks it's in high school or something and its reputation's at stake or something. I don't know. Some time ago, President Obama said that the use of chemical weapons would be a red line. And after that, well, all bets are off. Well, chemical weapons were used in Syria, but he didn't do anything then. And then they were used again, this time killing hundreds, if not thousands of people. And the United States thought the proper response would be to kill thousands more in retaliation. Does that make sense to you? It doesn't really make sense to me. I understand part of it. You know, I understand it. Chemical weapons are an affront to humanity. You know, they are weapons that are designed to kill indiscriminately. They kill civilians, they kill soldiers, whichever way the wind blows and takes that sarin nerve gas, you know, you're dead or you're crippled the rest of your life. People from World War I, just the people who survived that war after breathing all that gas, it was horrible. And it's disgusting that anybody would use that against anyone. I mean, absolutely disgusting. And the people who do that are the lowest of the low kind of people. There's no doubt about it. Just like incendiary weapons that the United States used in Fallujah in 2004, the white phosphorus, you know, whatever they hit, they destroy. Civilian, whatever, you know, it hits the skin, burns down to the bone. If you, you know, if you get that on you, well, it's over, you know. So both those kinds of weapons are horrible weapons to use. You know, war is supposed to be about armies fighting armies, and if you're a non-combatant, you shouldn't be combative. I mean, nobody should be fighting you. And yeah, so yeah, it's a horrible, horrible thing. You know what is also a horrible thing? Cruise missiles killing thousands of people who had nothing to do with that particular decision. Yeah, those, you know, because big missiles kill indiscriminately as well. Yeah, that's not a good thing. So what else is horrible? Is people's allies getting ticked off because you attacked their friends. Yeah, it's all a big mess. It really is. And earlier in the week, it looked like the whole road to war was greased, you know, and there's no friction on. Everybody's rushing to war, except Russia, of course, who keeps telling everybody leave Syria alone. Anyway, no, it seemed like there was just nothing that could stop it. But fortunately, our British project worked, and it kind of slowed the brakes down, give people time to think, give the UN inspectors time to figure out who's guilty of what. Bashir Al-Assad, probably it was him. Yeah, or the rebels, you know. It's kind of funny, isn't it, when the United States and Al-Qaeda are on the same side? You know, Al-Qaeda has sworn it's going to kill everybody there in Syria because of that, and the United States is practically going to. Anyway, yeah, give everybody kind of time to think and to calm down, especially the French. Why are you guys worked up so much? Anyway, yeah, so the British project worked, and we're very happy about that. We had two fronts on the British project, of course. One was the Queen of England, who was also Queen of three of the populated, three of four of the populated outer dimensions. I got to say it right, or else she gets mad. Anyway, she was working behind the scenes to kind of get the British to kind of calm down and withdraw from this whole area. And of course, then there was the Miley Cyrus project. I should probably explain that. If you've watched the channel, you know that we in the Illuminati are not about overt control. We don't control with an iron hand or whatever, because when you do that, somebody else wants to be in power and they will come along and dethrone you. No, we're about subtle, behind-the-scenes influence. And so, as a result, most people are influenced and they don't even know it, and we get our goals accomplished. I admit it's tempting sometimes to, in an emergency situation, pick up the phone call, you know, say, hey, you need to do this, and if you don't, well, we're going to get you. I know it's tempting to do that, but we don't do that. That's not our thing. So that leaves us a lot of tools for influence, but not so much for, I don't know, removal of heads of state. So, yeah. In this particular case, we used Miley Cyrus to keep Britain from entering the war. Probably should explain that a little bit more. You know, Miley Cyrus was supposed to perform at the VMAs, and our friend Hugh in the entertainment division gave her a phone call, suggested some things. Miley loved it, because that's Miley. And anyway, her twerking, right, Hugh? Yes? Twerking on television there blew up around the world. You had a lot of positive reaction in the United States, and you had a lot of negative reaction, because any kind of time that somebody who was a child star does something that seems, well, I don't know, sexual or overtly grinds a Canadian singer, it influences people both ways. Well, the repulsion factor was what we were after. And so the repulsion factor over in the UK, well, it was big, let's just say that. And suddenly, people started thinking, well, maybe those Americans are, you know, they're a little vulgar, they're a little base. Their culture is not exactly what I'd like to be a part of. And so the next thing the Americans wanted to do, of course, was get right into Syria, and the British were just repulsed enough by Miley Cyrus that they decided, no, we don't think so. We'll skip this one. So, hey, Miley Cyrus brought about world peace for another week. And, you know, you guys who are hating on her, you just need to back off, right? You know, she brought about world peace for a whole week. What have you done? I mean, that's awesome. Let's get Chris Crocker on Leave Miley Alone. No? Don't think so? That moment's passed? Okay. Yeah, sometimes we just throw out ideas. Really? No? Okay. Anyway, so yeah, that's what's happening. We used Miley Cyrus. We backed away the British. The British then put the brakes on the whole, hey, let's go to bomb everything out of Syria thing for at least a week, until everybody can figure out how they can legally bomb Syria until the Stone Age or something and kill thousands of people. We're working on it, you know. You win some, you lose some. We're trying very hard to win this one, but without taking overt control, nothing's guaranteed. You know, eventually we have faith that we will lead everybody into enlightenment, and that's why we exist. We're the Illuminati, you know, and that's what we're trying to do. So to that end, if you have any comments or questions, just leave them in the comment section below. And if you are, I don't know, a head of state or something, I have some suggestions for you. I suggest that you go outside your house, your White House perhaps, look up in the sky, you know, see those bright chemtrails blazing up there. And my suggestion is that you just relax and breathe deeply.